So today I want to talk about the reason why you will never make it as a mainstream artist or rapper or singer. And this is my review on the Industry Hoax that I just watched. So, and I think that it's very important to talk about these things, to talk about anybody out there that, like myself, like guys like me, that's an artist and that's making music and that be, posting their music online and everything. All these things are fine, but it's a lot of us at the same time that that dreams about becoming celebrities and they become they dream about becoming like mainstream rappers and want to make it in the Hollywood in the music industry and become rich and famous and all that stuff. So a lot of us still got that false hope because that's what a lot of these rappers giving us. They're giving us false hope. They're giving us hope that they know that we would never become celebrities as like average rappers and people that come from the hood and want to make it in the music. They know we would never be those type of people, but they're still gonna sell us these false hope and give us false dreams that we gotta go through this and we gotta go through that. We gotta keep hustling and we gotta keep doing this and sell drugs and be on the corner and every day. And that's what you see. That's what you see a lot. Honestly, that's what we all see every day. And it's sad because there's a lot of young people out here that that still got, this mentality about they want to be famous and they want to be popular and they want to make it as a mainstream artist and they have their music on SoundCloud and all this stuff. But think about this. Let's think about this for a second. Why do you think that the people in the industry, the rappers and the singers that actually make it in the industry, why do you think that's like a lot of these people are related to someone in the industry or one of their parents is related to someone in the industry? Because if you look at it, if you do your own research, you're gonna see that a rapper, any rapper, or any rappers parents or grandparents or whoever was is or was related to someone in the industry. Because and this is what they tell us. Oh, I had my music on MySpace and I had my music on this and that, all the platform and all that stuff. And that was way before, you know we started have all these mainstream platform that we see. That was way before, because remember, all these rappers, they started doing this thing back in the early 2000 and 2001 all the way until now, or even back in the 90s and 80s. And all these people, they were already connected to the people in the industry. They already had that connection with the people in the industry, so it was easier for them to actually make it in the music. It was easier for them to get signed because they already had a spot. It was all planned. Everything was already planned. So it wasn't like, oh my god, like, I mean, to us, we're looking at them like, damn, she worked hard or he worked hard to become what he has become today, or he did this and he did that, and they're telling us all these stories about what they done and how they work hard to become who they are. But in reality, we don't realize that it was already planned. Everything was already set up for them to actually become who they have become now. It was already planned from the start. We just couldn't see it because, of course, they're not going to tell us that, things that they know. They're not going to tell us what was really going on. They're going to tell us things that we want to hear, or things that they can tell us, and then we do the same thing. But guess what? While you're doing it, you spend more money recording music. You're spending more money, put your music on all the platforms, but yet you spend money every day. I mean, we spend money every day because I'm one of them. I'm one of the artists. I'm one of the guys that also do music and also has my music out there in every platform that you can name. But at the same time, they're giving us all these information about we have to do this and we have to do that, we have to go like this and we have to go like that, but yet we still don't see nothing happen. And the more we hope. I mean, it's good to hope for things, but guess what? Becoming a mainstream artist is one of these things that it would never happen because we are not part of the family. Hollywood is a big family, just like the industry hoax was saying. And I'm not even, I can't, of course, I'm not going to be able to quote every single thing that he said on that video, but after watching, I understood everything that he was saying. So Hollywood is a big family, just like the music industry. All that is a big family. All these people are already related to someone in the industry. So of course, if they got friends and cousins and uncles or whoever, they're gonna put them on before anyone. Like they're gonna put them on. They're gonna make sure that that person right here that they know, they already know, and that's connected to somebody that they know, they're gonna make sure they become famous before anybody else. And we as ordinary people that make music and we are dreaming about becoming famous and becoming rich and becoming rap superstars and shit like that, we would still struggle. We still struggle every day. That means we will drop out of school. We will go in the corner, sell drugs. We will make a mixtape, a whole bunch of mixtape. We was trying to sell and hustle and still doing drugs at the same time, because that's what these rappers are telling us. They're telling us, okay, they drop out of high school, they went to, they went to the corner, they start selling drugs, and then after that, bam, 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 they start making mixtape, they start selling it, they went to the radio, they gave that mixtape to the radio station, and then all of a sudden they play that music, and then one of the producer called the radio and said, hey, who's that rapper that you just played his music? And then all of a sudden, they connect the person. You say, oh, I got connected. And then all of a sudden they told me to come back to the radio. So I went back to the radio. And then that's when I met the producer, whatever the name of the producer is. But it must be somebody that's famous. So all of a sudden I got signed. And then that's how I became a famous rapper. See, they're telling us all these so-called stories that they already made up. These stories are made up to brainwash us. That's why I said that shit goes deep. It goes deep than a fucking pencil. So it's very crazy how they are able to play with our mind and they are able to play with our emotion, because they know that we are we are so gullible, and we believe everything they're feeding us, everything they're telling us, even if it's bad, even if it's not for us, we still believing that false hope. We still believe in that false dream. Because yes, it's okay to be a rapper, but guess what? It's also better to have your own business. And like just like the industry hook said, it's better to have your own business. Fuck the industry, fuck the music industry, because these motherfuckers are not gonna make none of us famous. The industry, the Hollywood, and all that stuff is not for us. It's not for us. And also, I'm gonna add my own theory. I'm gonna add my own theory. And what I think is, think about this. How can you expect your enemy to bring you in his circle, while his job is to fuck you up, or to kill you, or to make you kill yourself and kill your community? How is it possible then that your enemy, you know, help you in bring you in the music industry, when his job is to actually destroy you and to blind you? You know what I'm saying? You can't. No, no, no. It's not possible. You know what I'm saying? His job is to destroy your mind and to blind you and to give you false hope. That's his that's his job. So there's no way in hell that he's gonna bring you in. He ain't gonna bring you in his circle. That's the same thing in the industry. These motherfuckers they're not gonna bring you in their circle just because you are a talented rapper or just because you're a talented singer. No, they don't give a fuck. They don't even look at talent. Nowadays in the industry, a lot of these motherfuckers, they don't know shit. They don't even have half of the talent that a lot of these average people have. A lot of these average people out there, they are extremely talented than the motherfucker in the industry. Because the people in the industry, they're not even that talented. A lot of these motherfuckers are not talented. A lot of these motherfuckers don't have no talent at all. But of course, you know what I'm saying? You more talented than them. But at the same time, they ain't gonna tell you what's really going on. They already planned this. Everybody in the industry is related. You know what I'm saying? I heard when I was watching the Industry Hoax, I heard Denzel Washington say he knew Ludacris' father. Him and Ludacris grew up together in the same neighborhood or the same club or something like that. So they already knew. There was already connected. It was already a connection there. So of course it was easy for Ludacris to become a famous rapper because it's a family business. It's just like, for example, if you have a family, if your father has a business, a furniture business, and of course he's gonna want his children to follow his footsteps. Somebody that's not in the family cannot come in the family and say, "Oh, I want to run the business." Hell no, you're not gonna run You're not gonna run something that you're not part of it. That's the same thing in the industry. That's the same thing in the music industry. These motherfuckers are not gonna let you run anything. They're gonna keep lying to you. No, they're gonna keep. Let me correct this. They're gonna keep lying to us, just like they're doing. They're gonna keep lying to us and make us believe that we can become just like them. But in reality, we will never become just like them because we are not part of their circle. We are not part of them. This is not our place. We are not part of these people. They're looking at us as the enemy. We looking at us as our favorite artists. We looking at them as our favorite artists, our favorite role models and stuff like that. Our inspirational. Whatever you name. We looking at them almost as God because that's what a lot of these people are doing. We worship these celebrities like God. So and the thing is, these people are looking at us like a piece of shit because they're giving us false hope. How many people has been making it's so many average people out here that's been making music all their life, but guess what? They never got nowhere with their music. Never got nowhere. They still I don't know if they're even still alive because of all this shit that they've done. A lot of these upcoming rapper had got in so much trouble. Now they are in prison. You see what I'm saying? So the rappers, they will make all these stories about you know, I dropped out of high school. I did this. I sold drugs and sold some couple mixtape. And I met this producer. Or I met this rapper, and I give him my mixtape. And all of a sudden, he called me the next day, and he said he want to work with me. And he flew me to fucking California or New York. And then we started working on my mixtape, and we started working on my album. All that shit is made up. All that shit is made up because there are people. Even when I was watching the Industry Hoax about you know you would never become a mainstream artist, when I was watching that video, one person in the comments said that he even went to the radio and gave his mixtape to one of a famous person. I can't remember the name, but he said he gave his mixtape to one of the famous person. And when he gave his mixtape, he thought that, hey, they're listening to his music, and he thought he was gonna get signed and he was gonna get a manager and everything, somebody to look out for him. And guess what? They ghost him. He got ghost. He got ghosted. You know what I'm saying? They ghost him. So that should let you know that the music industry is not met is not made for average people like you and me. It's not made. It's not made for us. You know, Hollywood will only sell you false reality. Hollywood, that's what they do when they bring these rappers and they create these stories about how they made it in the music industry, and they tell us that, oh, it wasn't easy, they had to do this and do that, they had to go to jail and all that stuff. When they came out, they had to, put their life together, make sure that they don't go back to the street, and then they had to focus on music. All that bullshit is made up, because at the end of the day, these people was already there. They already had connection in the music industry. They want to make us believe that this person, this average person like Drake, has all of a sudden, he put on his music on MySpace, and all of a sudden somebody heard his music on MySpace and he became so fucking big that he got signed overnight. That's what they want us to believe. And that's the bullshit that they keep feeding us from generation to generation. If you notice that, it's like a circle. It keeps repeating itself. It keeps repeating itself. And every time they're telling us these things, you got more people out there. You got more kids and more grown ass person or whatever want to become famous and just follow their footstep, because they're like, oh, if he did it, then I can do it. If this person did it, I can do the same thing. That's what they want us to believe. But in reality, this is not what it is. They don't tell us these things to help us. They're telling these things to destroy us. Because while you quitting, of course, while you quitting your job and you quitting this and that and the third, and you want to become a famous rapper, you don't have no chance. There's no chance. Why? It's like if your whole focus is on trying to become famous and trying to become a famous rapper, my friend, I don't know what to tell you. This is something that you doing something that would never actually happen for you. You actually following something that would never happen for you, and you only doing this. You only doing this to destroy yourself, because these people are still gonna make money off of you. They're still gonna make money off of you, because even the platform that we're using, notice, how many of us have our music in every freaking platform in the internet? A lot of us do. But how many of us has been signed yet? How many freaking how many freaking artists have listened to our music and called us and say, I want to work with you? None. You know what I'm saying? You got people like one of the guys, his name is Dimitri Reeves, and he been performing on the street for over 10 years. He had a producer, a manager, Von Mason, God rest his soul, that passed away. But at the same time, look at him. He's still hustling every day. But at the same time, this is something, and I heard him say a long time ago, say he wanted to be famous. But being famous is just, if you want to be famous in the industry, then it would never happen. It's not for us. It's a family business. The industry is a family business, so there's no way you can expect to make it in the industry. The best way for us, the best way to make it is actually, if we want to, do our own business and open our own business. That's the only way you can make it. That's the only way you can actually make it in the industry. If you have your own business, because the industry is something else, man. It's a click. It's a click. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. It's not for us, our average. If your father knows somebody in the industry, or your mother knows somebody in the industry, then yes, it's a 50% chances that you might become famous, or you might become a rapper or whatever, a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that makes a lot of sense, because if you look at it, even in the industry, you got a lot of motherfuckers like the Kim Kardashian. You got a lot of these motherfuckers. They don't have no freaking talent, but yet they are famous as fuck. Like they're fucking rich and they have no talent. They never did a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They did some couple of porn and that's it. They did some couple of porn and that's how they became famous. Like, what the fuck? And you got people out there that got like that are talented as a bitch, and they still cannot freaking make it. They still cannot become celebrities because it's not for them. It's not for us. Being a celeb, bottom line is being a celebrity and being a famous rapper, a mainstream rapper, is not a mainstream rapper. Is not for us. Being a famous celebrity, being a famous rapper, it is not for us average. They will only sell us these false dreams and these false hope so they can make money off of us. Because guess what? They own every single platform that we actually put our music out there. They own all these platforms. They own that shit. So the more, of course, I'm not saying don't put your music out there. Don't put your music out there. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I just want us to come to an understanding that this thing about celebrities telling people like me and you that we can do the same thing they did, we can become famous, we gotta follow our dreams and believe in our dream. All these things, yes, believe in yourself. True. Believe in yourself. Don't ever stop believing in you. Believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing. But do not believe these celebrities. That's that's my message. My message with this review is do not believe these celebrities because these celebrities will only brainwash you. They will only brainwash you so they can laugh their ass off. While you are fucking you wandering in the street and you on the corner or you in jail or you in prison for some bullshit because you wanted to become a celebrity and you wanted to become a famous rapper so bad that you think that your so-called idol and your so-called favorite rapper has done the same thing. So you think that, oh, since he did it, I'm gonna do the same thing. But you don't even know what the fuck is going on because all these people, everything was playing. Everything was already playing for them to make it. They already had that connection from the start. You thought that they was like us, this average guy from out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden they became big? No, these motherfuckers never became big. They was already big. They was already in the industry. They was already chosen. It was just that that time wasn't there yet. That time did not come yet. So when that time comes, if you notice, every single decade or every single year, it's always a new rapper. And I promise you 80% or even 90% of these so-called new rappers are related to somebody in the industry, or their parents knows somebody in the industry, or their uncle knows somebody in the industry, or their great 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 parents knows or knew somebody in the industry. That's the game. This is all part of the game. Hollywood is a game. So Hollywood is a game. The music industry is a game. All that shit is the same. You know what I'm saying? They would tell you shit that you want to hear, so you can believe them because already they already understand the mindset of people. They know there's a lot of people that's very naive and they will believe everything that the freaking industry or the freaking Hollywood is telling them. So Hollywood's gonna tell you some shit that you think is true, but in reality it's not, because they only sell you that shit in the movie. That's why they're making all these movies about these rappers and telling their stories or how they came up and all that bullshit. Come on, man. Like, really? Nah, that's not what it is. These motherfuckers was already there. They was already there. They already had that connection. It's a family business. Hollywood's a family business. If you ain't in it, you can never get in. If you ain't in it, you can never get in. So Let's stop all the bullshit dream about I'm gonna become famous one day. Let's stop giving false hope to our kids and to our grandkids or whoever or the future generation. Let's tell them the truth because it's a reason why everything is coming into light. It's coming into light so we can share that information with everybody else. Because if you cannot share that information with everybody else, then you fucked because that means you still in sleep. We have to wake up because all this information is for a reason, and I salute you, Industry Hoax, for that. I salute you for that video because I believe that this is something that I needed, and this is something that a lot of people, a lot of upcoming rapper that still believing in that false hope. I believe that this is what they also need. We need this type of information in our lives. We need this type of information because it's very important. Because if that information wasn't there, I don't know who else would tell us. Because these motherfuckers out there ain't gonna tell us shit. They gonna keep telling us what we want to hear, not what's gonna help us. You know what I'm saying? Because they still want to make money off of us. So like I said, best thing to do is like Industry Hoax say, best thing to do is start your own business. And that's it. I mean, do your thing. I mean, still make music, but don't keep let's not keep our hopes up to become famous. And let's not keep thinking that one day we're gonna come out of the shithole that we are in. Because when you start to abandon everything around you, you looking around and you ain't going nowhere. So you did all these things, you get all these things for what? For nothing. It's like you waste your life, you waste your time trying to become famous, trying to become something that you would never become. And I'm saying this because I'm talking about as far as the industry because they're telling us these things that we are gonna become famous if we keep believing, if we keep doing this, if we keep doing that. But then yet you look around, you're not even seeing nothing happen for yourself. Of course, of course, if you post your music online like DistroKid and all these platforms like CD Baby, you probably get some couple of money and you probably get that's it. That's as far as you can get. That's as far as you can get. You know what I'm saying? Because it's much better, to have your music play on TikTok and people making music, people making videos with your music on TikTok and shit like that. So it's better. That's much better. That's way better than being a fucking famous artist because it's like at least somebody's listening to your music. At least somebody acknowledge your music. That's rare because it's not that many people out there that music be playing. It's not that many people that's making music online. I mean they're making money online with their music. So I think that I hope you guys understood everything I said, and I hope you guys took notes of everything I said because I think this is a very, very important video. And I think that anybody that haven't watched the Industry Hoax, and I think that you guys should watch it because it exposed a lot of stuff. It exposed a lot of truth, a lot of things that we were blind to it. It opens our eyes, and you gotta have an open mind when you watch those videos, so you know where you stand as a person and you know where you're going as a person. So you're not gonna be stuck in that matrix and always believe that false hope that they are selling us and they are giving us and they're feeding us. So you gotta start spit out all the freaking bad information, the false information they're giving us. You gotta start doing your own thing. You got to start following your own path and stop following them because we have been following these motherfuckers. And I forgot to also say this. The same thing goes with the African artists as well. Like the African artists, like overseas. You know what I'm saying? I'm African myself. So, the same thing goes with the African artists. They would do the same thing. This is all part of the industry. This is all part. I don't care if it's at overseas. It's all part of the industry. The industry is an industry. The industry is an industry. It might be the different people that runs it, but it's they all have the same mentality. They all have the same game. They all play the same game. The industry. African artist is gonna do the same thing as the American artist. They're gonna listen to your music. They're gonna give you compliment. If your music is good, they're gonna compliment you. But after that, if you trying to look to be signed, or you trying to look for a manager, or you trying to look for help, and you want this rapper or that singer, that African artist to help you with your material, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. They're only gonna help you. Now, they're gonna help you, but you're not gonna go far. Then you're not gonna go far. You're not gonna go as far as you want. They're only gonna give you a little bit of help, and then they're gonna leave you high and dry. That means you're gonna be left alone. They probably tell you some stuff, blah 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 blah. Do this, do that, do this. Work on this, work on that. But that's about it. But then when you do these things, you still ain't. That's it. They ain't gonna have time. You probably trying to reach out. They ain't gonna answer. They ain't gonna respond. Then you ain't gonna receive no response, and so you're gonna be left disappointed. So my best advice to all of us, and to all the upcoming artists, and all the people that's been making music for a while, like myself, for over 10 years. I've been making music for 10 years, since 2010. I mean, I've been making music like way, way back, but I haven't started making music until, like, recording music, until 2010. So it's been 10 years long. You can say probably 11 years now that I've been making music, and I have music on my platform and shit. But, what I'm saying? My advice to all of the upcoming artists, and all the people that's currently making music now, my advice is it's best to start our own business. It is best to start our own business. It is best to stop listening and believing everything they're telling us, everything these rappers are telling us, or these celebrities are telling us, because they're telling us things that they know we will never achieve. They're telling us things that we will never become a famous rapper in Hollywood. They know that. But we are so naive, and we are so gullible, that we think that, or in our mind, like, oh my god, like, yeah, like, if I keep pushing, if I keep doing this like he did or she did, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna become famous. No, no. They're selling us false dream. That's Hollywood. Hollywood's a stage. It's a stage of performance. People are gonna put a show. They're gonna tell you things that's not true, just to make money off of you, so you can come back and listen to that bullshit. That's what they do. So I hope everybody got the message, and I hope everybody check out the Industry Hoax. It's a great channel. It's a channel that has been exposing a lot of things for years, and I really, really enjoy that channel. And I thank the guy, the girl, or whoever, or the crew that's behind that channel, and that's exposing all the people in the industry, and all the things that we have been annoyed for a while, because now it's the time that a lot of us need to open our eyes and start seeing the truth for ourselves. It's time for us to open our eyes, and to realize the bullshit that we have been fed by these people and these so-called rappers in the industry. So I hope everybody got the message, and I talk to you guys later. See ya.